Who do you think this baby looks like, me or Liz? My nose, obviously. Ah, nice.
You got it all cute. Guys,
actually, this is her first day. She's laughing or laughing.
And like purposefully laughing and smiling.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, or good lunch. Depends wherever you are. I think that's cool. What do you think? That's very cool. What do you think? Really cool?
Good lunch. For those who enjoy food, we are with you in the building.
Yeah, so if you're watching this video while you're eating your food, hey, just remember, you're in the right place. Anyway, let me put humor aside just for a minute. I want to say thank you so much for the friends who've been watching our videos. It's cool stuff. We like to do this as a hobby, and I think I realized that it's becoming more informative space for so many people who don't know what to do about some certain things, like obviously having a family or a kid. And we're giving you real life experience, no cut, no stop, no stuff. Everything we do is just as raw as it can, and we're very happy to do that as long as we can do it.
And I also think sharing, I was learning about sharing your experiences, specifically like a birth or like a car accident, watching other people's experiences or how they deal with it, something similar that you yourself went through, actually is helpful and helps you breathe a sigh of relief almost. Okay, I'm not doing so bad after all, right?
Yeah. And actually, it's magical, when I was going through some things. Every time I go through some things in life, I always find myself online, checking out.
You're gonna find yourself online, whether you like it or not. And we like YouTube for sure. I'd say it's a main platform of ours.
We started this video with this kind of introduction to kind of prepare you for what we're going to talk about, because it's not that easy to talk about this. And since we've had it here, it's been a minute, and I think talking to people sometimes gets exhausting, but also for you to heal or feel like you want to share it, so when someone else is in the same problem, they don't feel isolated. We decided to do it, and it's mostly on Liz's side because she's the one who completely felt it in her skin. I did not. But we're going to talk about her experience having a baby delivered.
And he was there, so no discredit to this man. He was there through the whole process. Mind you, 30 hours of labor would make anybody insane, so he had to get some sleep. But for most of it, it was quite intensely different for both of us.
And I'll just have to ask, I'm going to make it a little bit interview, but not as an interview. Do you still, have you kind of gotten through of the situation, or do you feel still it haunts you down?
I think I've gotten through a lot of the situation, but the part that still haunts me down is definitely the operating table. Before you got there, I'm just laying there cracking jokes because I don't know what else to do. And while they're doing another emergency situation, I have no idea what it was. What could have been more?
So do you feel like you've dealt with some of that trauma at some point, since the baby was born?
Yes, but I think that's a major one for me.
What's that? Waiting at the operating table?
That, just the operating table situation. I think the C-section, was by far the worst part of the whole thing, and it's going to take a little bit longer than a few months to completely get through. Because C-section and operating table, those are conclusive for birth, right? But you're also on the operating table for emergency surgeries in case you're in a car accident, broken bones. So it wouldn't be so surprising to find yourself or find ourselves in an emergency situation again. So I am quite nervous.
I'll say that the most dreadful things I always imagine myself going through is going through a surgery, and let me say minor surgery, same as major surgery. And as much as we're alive, at some point we might have to go through it. And I was very, very present when my wife Elizabeth was having a baby. Oh, I'll say it one more time. I was very, very present when Liz went through that experience of having a baby, and I saw everything, because it was an emergency birth, and it was so stressful because Liz, I don't think you've ever gone through like a major surgery like that.
Absolutely not. I had one minor surgery several years ago, but that is on another level that nobody can actually prepare for until you just gotta dive right in, and you're gonna get hit like a truck either way. There's no way to prepare for something like that.
Yeah, so families, people who are trying to have a baby, I just have to tell you this. This will never happen to you, but at the same time, do not rule that possibility out, because Liz is only 25.
I'm 26.
She's 26. Sometimes,
but at the time I was 25.
She's 25.
Yeah.
She was 25, and young, active, and everything was fine. And all of a sudden, we gotta do it. I'm like, Jesus Christ, why do we have to do this? She's so young. Because people say that women get complications while having babies in their later years, like in their 30s or something, if they wait a little bit longer. And for us, it was quite different. So it doesn't mean that because you're living your life straight and following all the rules or whatever you call it, you will be safe. Just prepare mind, mental life, just for in case. But I'm going to ask you, what went through your mind when the doctors decided that you're gonna get through the C-section?
I remember this exact moment like it was 2 days ago. I was in denial. My labor contractions were getting more intense by like every 5 minutes. They were intervals were increasing, and I was basically on no pain. I was on no pain at all.
I was crying. Sorry, guys. This is our life. So I'm gonna let Liz keep on talking. I'm gonna go check at the baby.
Yes. Everything drops for her. So I was saying that the moment it happened, it was Tuesday evening. I've been in labor since Monday evening, and I was just in denial, like I can do it. And they had me upside down, trying to put her back in, and it didn't work because she's coming out, and I was like, oh my goodness. And it's just like at some point it really sunk in, but in labor you really don't think about anything. Your body just goes to another, your body goes there, and then your soul just departs and goes somewhere else. Dad is back with the baby.
Sorry guys, we keep on interrupting the session because we have someone very special. Say hi. Okay, sorry to disturb you, bro.
I was saying that when they told me that, my body was in the hospital bed, but my soul was somewhere else. Like, with that amount of pain, you just disassociate completely. And then they told me, and I was like, whoa, oh my goodness. And I called you right away because they were like, get him. It's now, right now, happening right now. We need to prep you right now. They didn't give us much.
Do you feel like you
didn't give us much prep.
Do you feel like you had an option of like you might get out alive or dead?
I thought I was gonna live through it, but I didn't know if she was gonna live through it. I was very scared for like both of us. I knew we were in so much distress. That's like at that point as well into 24 hours of labor, and I didn't know what her status was, and my status was like I didn't know why mine was happening either. So it was just all confusion, and at that point you just start praying, but you can't think straight. So
yeah. Interesting. Actually, I'll tell you what, according to my own side. Sorry, we have a third party here, just making sure that we don't sleep.
My proof.
So for me, I think I was more stressed out because I wasn't going through it. Actually, at some point I wished I could carry the pregnancy to feel it, because I was like in solidarity with Liz with this, during this strong situation, but I didn't know how to help because she's the one who has the baby in the womb. And I was like, I'm here, I want to help you out, everything's going to be fine. But at the same time, I was like, no, she's the one who have to lie on the operating table and go through the process. And I was so stressed to death. Like, I remember I kept talking to the doctors, and I was like, if you guys can change the situation and make sure she has a normal birth, that would be so amazing. But I just don't want her to do that. And I remember
you asking that several times.
Yeah, I also remember when you told me that, oh, I can't go to do C-section, I'm only 25.
Yeah,
and that really crushed me.
Oh goodness, during her pregnancy, I was doing a lot of research on natural birth, obviously, and I was so prepped mentally to do the natural version of pushing, and I wanted to do no epidural. I really had a different set of goals. And then once the labor started and she was transverse, she was horizontal, so she wasn't rotating at all for quite a few hours, that it became not an option, and I didn't know what to do. But honestly, it was also kind of a good thing, because I didn't see how a C-section was in the first place. My first C-section experience in depth was not somebody else's video, it was my experience.
Yeah, and I saw everything. Like, I can tell you today, I saw her being pulled out of Liz's stomach. I saw it. And I was the first one.
Yeah.
Okay, Liz didn't get a chance to see her because she was on high medicine, plus they have to take her to sleep because to finish the operation. But as soon as she was pulled out, I went upstairs with the baby. Actually, no, I just went where she was put in this small thing to make sure that her organs were functioning and she's breathing and everything is good. And she was so tiny, I remember that, and her skin was so red. And she had this beautiful hair. But I remember getting confused if I should stay with my wife and help my wife or go with my kid. And that's when my world changed, literally.
There was 7 people, and then there was 8 in the operating room. And we were separated. And I saw something like a lot of moms experienced during C-sections. Some experience like to get to hold them right away, and I did not. There's like that skin-to-skin moment that moms and dads often talk about, like right after birth you get that immediate skin-to-skin moment.
She didn't have it. Yeah.
I didn't have that at all. She was rushed away, and I was rushed into anesthesia, and it was a different type of
And
game.
the best part about this actually is I recorded videos of her first arrival, first few minutes, maybe to like 20 minutes, half an hour of her. So one day when she grows older, I will show her how precious she was.
And how hard everybody worked to get her here. She will know.
Yeah, and we don't regret anything. Like, I'll give my life for her, for sure.
I don't regret, even though it was life-changing and so painful at that point. You you just can't foresee all that is going to happen, and you just, at that point, you have to go with the flow and just disassociate. And
yeah, and I also want to say this for men. This is for men. You know what? You guys don't know what women go through until you're in the situation. You know, our job is obviously to, you know, be part of producing the baby and everything, but the women are the ones who are really going through the process. So if you know that your wife is pregnant, or your girl, or whatever it is, whoever it is, guys are pregnant together, my only plea to you is, please, even if you guys are not in good terms, make sure that you come up with a way, both of you, that can make sure that she has a safe pregnancy, because the statistics of how many women die having a kid is not that small. Same as kids who die in a childbirth.
Even in 2025, they're not. It's not uncommon.
Yeah, man. If I feel like if women can women should be protected in those kind of cases, because I went through it. I saw it. I saw Liz's organs. I saw this little baby being pulled out. I saw blood everywhere. I have pictures and everything. And I can't imagine a woman going through that by herself, and the guy who made her pregnant is alive. Unless if the woman is the one who blocked the man.
Even alive, even not alive, like say the male partner passed away,
That's really hard,
I would feel obligated to make sure this baby is alive. Like, the love of my life has passed, and so now this one must live.
Yeah.
All the more reason. But not having that support is just game changing.
And actually, one thing is, like, we've lived our lives already. I'm older enough, and so my baby passing will be more tragic. I feel like I'd rather pass.
Yeah.
Because I've eaten chicken and some yogurt. She hasn't tried it, so she gotta live longer, man.
She's only 2 months. She has to live life, and I think that's the point of babies, that
she likes yogurt. Oh, you like yogurt?
She does not like omena, guys, at least the smell of it.
And actually, if you can comment, who do you think this baby looks like, me or Liz? My nose, obviously. Ah, nice.
You got it all cute. Guys,
actually, this is the first day she's laughing or laughing.
And like purposefully laughing and smiling.
Wow.
It's awesome.
We're proud.
She's not such a serious baby anymore. She actually
has a very serious face, but now she's turning it around.
Working it on it. We smile so much in this family. I feel like it was
shocking
just
to see
waiting, but shocking.
I was very shocked to see you very serious every day. Now you're smiling. You did it on your camera. Anyway, guys, if you have any questions, please don't forget to send it to us. We'll be very happy to help. We don't have like a way of, like, we don't sit down and write scripts, so we just do it and let the camera roll. That's why the videos I post are so raw and not so edited. So if you think that you need some information about Liz's process, or how we've kind of helped ourselves through the process of C-section and having a baby.
C-section story time.
Let us know. We'll help you out. We'll be very happy to help out with some details if you guys want. We are not giving completely everything, because obviously we have to be careful with social media, but if people have some specific questions, we'll be very, very happy to answer. I think
story time, C-section, add it to the books.
Yeah, and she woke up because we forgot to read to her before she sleeps.
Good night. Oh,
she can't sleep unless we read to her.
Oh,
you want me to read? Who's you reading tonight?
I'm reading tonight.
Yeah.
Oh, I read.
Did I do yesterday? I did yesterday.
I did both.
Okay, I'll read to you then.
It's okay.
Okay, guys. All right. This little chicken
We go
He's quite excited and ready to go to
also,
sleep.
teach your babies, if you haven't already, if you know any other languages other than your native language, start this young. Like, it's never too early. She is learning Spanish, Swahili, English, and gonna be on Lua.
Yeah,
once
yeah.
Brazy's tribe here. Once we start. So that's 4 languages.
Yeah.
Smart baby.
Smart baby, what's up, smart baby? Smart baby, tell them to subscribe. Don't forget to click subscribe, like, and we'll see you in the next video.
Bam, bam.
Peace.
Peace.
We need a